Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone this morning? We've been having erudite conversations here today. Uh, Dunlap got us sidetracked in just a wonderful rabbit trail. Oh, glory. Well, here we are. I hope everybody enjoyed last night's video. That was last night's live stream. That was remarkable. I told Mary it was a Lollapalooza. It really was. It was just remarkable. So, let's see who all's here. Oh my. See how far back I can go. Rohan. Doob's World. Mary Page, J Dog. Word Dunlap wishing a happy birthday. And I'll let you follow up on the chat to see what that's all about. ADHD. Hello, ADHD. She got been telling everybody about her angels. We're going to have to see her angels, see why these are all so spectacular. Oh, let's see. Who else? John Heston. John Heaton. Hey, John. Nice to see you. And Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Roman Chirac. Proud Indian. Hello, Proud Indian. Don't know you. Welcome, welcome. And another new guest, Tapepno 198X. Two newbies. Good to have you with us. And Kilakakti. Prefer my harpsichord performed at a 10,000-seat arena while upside down on the ceiling with fire shooting out the sides. Is that you hanging upside? Are you a bat? What are you talking about? Glory! The madness is rampant this morning. I see. Michelle Kinsey. You're going to doze off, huh? Oh dear, Michelle. We'll try to make you feel better. And 3G. Hello, 3G. Thank you for your help last night. That was really rather extraordinary. Markio 306. One of us is on the list where Dunlap says. Likely. Probably more than one list. Let's see. Oh, Marky ADHD. Too Cooley for Schoolie is here. Hello, hello, hello. Randy Cock. Coach Cock, I expect. Tepepno said he's usually just lurking. Well, nice to have you pop your head up above ground. We don't play whack-a-mole around here. You need not be disconcerted about getting smacked upside the head. We don't do that. Fanatical. ADHD or device. Oh, there she is. Okay. All right, we're going to look at these angels. Good morning, my lady.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm sleepy. It's very early here. It's like 7 a.m.
7 in the morning. Goodness sakes. Okay, so where are these lovely angels
They're in the back.
Bragging about? Oh, do I see one?
They're in like a group.
Oh, they're tiny little guys, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like the size of a nickel, maybe. Their bodies, not like their fins.
Look like a lot of nice color in them, though.
Yeah, I got 4 silver ones that have like black vertical stripes, and then 4 black ones, and sometimes you can see like darker black stripes on the black ones.
Nice, nice. Well,
And they
they're going to
put
be,
sand.
look at that. Look at that great tank. You got dirt under it, looks like it.
Yeah, there's dirt, and then it was aquarium sand, and then gravel. But I just put more sand on top because it was only
Yeah,
about like 2 inches.
looks great. Like all
Hmm.
your decor, you got a castle. Love castles.
Oh yeah.
And the wood looks nice. Oh, look at the little red shrimp, cherry shrimp,
Yeah.
cherry shrimp. We have a new channel on our Discord server. There's another shrimp, all about shrimp, and a shrimp expert, Driftwood, is running that channel and doing a really remarkable job. We're very excited about that. It's an opportunity to learn all you ever needed to know about shrimp.
I love shrimp. I have 25 Amano shrimp coming today. I want to try and breed them. I think I have to put them in saltwater or brackish.
Yeah, is that a grass shrimp? What is that in the middle?
The clear one is an Amano shrimp. So I have
Okay,
some Neocaridina in here, cherry shrimp, and then like different color, like wild kinds. And then I
right,
think I put
right.
like 5 Amanos in here.
Nice.
And I have pygmy Corridoras.
I love pygmy cories.
And Autocinclus are here too. They're all around right now.
What size tank is that?
It's a 75. This is my first tank I ever had. It's been set up for 6 years.
Well, nice. Looks
Yeah.
great. Got
Neat.
some plants going. You
Huh?
get some more plants. This, yeah, it'll be real showy with a lot of plants in it. Looks great.
Thanks.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
Nice, nice to see you this morning.
Okay, bye.
Bye for now. How sweet. Thank you so much. Let's see, Joshua Miller. Good morning, Joshua. Phonetical was asking if he saw an auto. There might have been. I didn't notice. Was there an auto? Oh, they're delightfully cute. Absolutely. How big of a tank do pygmy pea puffers need? An absolute minimum of 5 gallons. I would not put a pea puffer in less than 5 gallons. Lemol. Randy Koch, studying financials. My fish tanks aquatics. Good morning, dirty fish folks. Good morning to you. Proud Indian. Just started watching your videos, such a great, authentic, and very natural. Thank you so much, Proud Indian. I think what I appreciate about it is their no edit videos. I turn the camera on, I talk until I'm done, I turn the camera off, and I publish it. And I've done probably 700 videos just like that. Got a new one coming up today. It's called Wallstad Revisited. It'll be published noon my time today. It just basically reviews where we're at with the Wallstad system. It sort of bears repeating. Maple Street is here. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Randy Koch. Oh, what else? Who else? Oh dear. I'm tired too. I woke up last night. It's one of those crazy things. I was dreaming. I was asleep. Been asleep for 15, 20 minutes maybe. And I felt this poke in my back. Something pushed the blanket and pushed right into my back. But I was asleep. So I had to wake up. And you know how it is when you try to wake up and you're asleep? It takes a minute. You don't just boom. It's like you got to push up through the ground or whatever. So I was like, struggling to wake up. And finally, I got awake enough to move my arm voluntarily. And I went whoosh. And of course, there was nothing there. So, and it took me an hour then to get back to sleep. So that's why I'm a little foggy today. Lummel, who's, how often do you clean the tank glass? I clean the outside fairly routinely because it gets water splatters and whatnot. I really never clean the inside. I really never. I will on my saltwater tanks. I get algae buildup, but other than that, I don't ever clean the insides. The tanks behind me, I don't remember the last time I cleaned the inside. There's just no algae. With a deep sand bed, you really don't get much of an algae problem at all. Once in a while, you'll get hair algae, but I never get black algae. I never get the kind of coating algae that slimes over everything. It just doesn't happen. Of course, I do have plants. I don't always have a lot of plants because I tend to sell plants out of my tanks. Big problem. Trying to figure out how to solve that problem. I think it's insoluble. Anyway, I don't. Uh, the outside gets scrungy looking because of water splattering and whatnot. So I will clean that. And I usually use a damp microfiber cloth. That seems to do the best job, and also gets the what do you call it? The slimy, cloudy stuff that gets on the tank. Got the kind of oily, cloudy looking stuff. Did you do any more donuts in the fish store car park? Fanaticals is talking to Limo, and I don't see Limo here. There's Mermaid's Chorus, Joshua Miller, Randy, My Fish Tanks, Fanaticals, Maple Street, Misfit, Tapepno, Randy, I did, Tucoli Perscoli, ADHD, 3G. I don't know. I'm losing something here. Oh, Limal is HDHD. Thank you. I'm sorry. Right. That's right. It's really not awake yet. I had an egg and I've had some coffee, um, but I haven't had a kick in the head yet. She has not. I watch her videos too. Patricia Powers. Good morning. She makes me laugh. She is a funny girl. She's a busy bee too. My God, this woman is incredible. Just on and on, doing all kinds of stuff and beating everybody else up in the process. She was giving Kenny a run for his money last night. That was pretty interesting. Coffee and a kick in the head sounds good to me. Emily, yes. Where's Emily? Emily. Okay. I really am not with it today. I need I need somebody with a brain up here to interpret for me. I have 500-watt on my outdoor ponds, and the water evaporates like crazy. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. You do have a bunch of floating plants too, so that should help control the evaporation. ADHD, I cannot be stopped. I gather that, really. It's absolutely remarkable. You're you're an uh, uh, what's the word? An engine, dynamo, a dynamo. She is. Craig's Catfish Cave. He. I think she does it in her sleep. Probably so. Probably so. Just go, go, go. Go, go, go. Dream Tank is a school of Pictus cats and silver dollars. Now that's bizarre. Pictus cats and silver dollars. I had somebody call me this week about silver dollars. I have a video, I should play it, about silver dollars that Cassie B made last year when my silver dollars attacked and decimated a school of large angels. So, you know what? I'm going to do it. Let me find it. It's so cool. Let's see. What do I need to do to get it here? Here we go. It is, what is it called now? Uh, I'm scooting through the music of Father Fish. Here it is. No, that's not it. Who's here? 3G is up. 3G. Gonna save my butt again, are you?
I figured I'd come up and show another one of the deep substrate tanks that I have.
Nice. Tell us about it.
It's a 55-gallon. There are angelfish in there right now. They're currently hiding because I kind of cleaned the glass a little bit before I came up.
Yeah, just saw one, right?
Yeah, he's kind of poking his head out. There's hillstream loaches, autosynclus, panda cories, koi angel, marble angel, and 3 bluish angels. I don't know the exact breed they are, but they're bluish. Swords, water sprite, water wisteria, black diamond sand, and dirt under it.
Good looking tank. What's the rock? What kind of rock is that?
The white ones,
The dark, no, the brown ones.
okay, they're just like rounded river stones that I got from my local landscaping place, and they're covered right now with algae.
They look really nice.
And
Like
it's kind of a black. There's a lot of tannins in there, and it's kind of a black water type setup, kind of.
Yeah, it's really cool. Is that water sprite, that big bunch on the side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. And then in the middle is wisteria, and then sprite on the other end.
Nice. Those are such great plants.
Oh,
I think the very first plant I ever had was water sprite when I was a little kid, and it was incredible. It just exploded in growth.
yes,
Got big, thick stems on it, and yet it could be very light and filamenty, floating on the surface. Wonderful plant.
it is, and it just grows like a weed, either floating or in the substrate. It doesn't care.
Yeah, really, really. I love it. Thank you so much, 3G.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me up, and I'm
Glad
off
to
to
see
work.
you. Well, have a great day. Nice,
All right.
nice to see you. Bye for now.
Thank
All right, I'm going to play this Cassie B song. I know very few people have heard it. It's really quite cool. Aquatic Conquest put it. He did the video work on it. She did the words. If you can make it out, it's a little hard to make out, but it really is wonderful. And it setting the stage again. This was done as a response to a massacre that occurred at Father Fish Aquarium in a big 300-gallon acrylic tank where I had a large school of large silver dollars, the barred silver dollars, as are depicted here, and a large school of angels, large angels, big 4 to 5 inch angels. They lived together beautifully for months. And then one bright morning, I find bits and pieces of angels all over the tank. It was devastating. So here we go.
You're a mean one. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a sea urchin. You're as charming as an eel. Mr. Silver Dollar, you're a bad banana. You have angels in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a sea crocodile. Mr. Silver Dollar, you're a foul one. Friends, they're a wolf pack. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot net. You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You got garlic. You got garlic in your soul. All them fins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish, I don't play around. Ew, who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You got garlic. You got garlic in your soul. All them fins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish, I don't play around. Ew, who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? La la la, what you so mean for? Halloween coming around and we ain't knocking at your door. Bad silver dollar. 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 Bad silver dollar.
The logo you saw at the end is Chevy Fish. We do have a bunch of Christmas music we're going to be playing. We will start that in December. 1st of December. We had a bunch of it from last year. A whole bunch of people made Christmas songs. So That'll be great fun. Word Dunlop says perhaps the angelfish spontaneously deconstructed. I think they had help in that process. Nah, it wasn't all that spontaneous. Actually, it was spontaneous. It was wholly unexpected. Just a bizarre. I must have lost a dozen angels. I had 6 big silver dollars. They were 5 to 6 inches, big guys, and twice that many angels, about the same size. Again, they got along just fine for months, and then one bright morning, there was blood on the streets. Do I recommend pumice stone for biological filtration? Well, you can use that. Sand works, frankly, better because it has more surface space, more accessible surface space. Here's the thing about filtration material. The key to it is the amount of surface space that's able to hold bacteria, that's able to culture bacteria. And sand has the largest amount of surface space. Give you an idea, a golf ball, the bio balls, take a bio ball and take a similar volume of sand. That sand will have 1,000 times more surface space than the bio ball. So an equal volume of sand filters, if you will, 1,000 times better than a bio ball. It's like that. It has to do with the bacteria that grows on the surface because it is that bacteria that's doing all the real filtration. Filtration is not a matter of removing particulate material. That's really not what it's about. What it's really about is breaking down ammonia and breaking down all of the other compounds, the biological material that's coming into that strata, into that environment, breaking it down such that it can be taken back up by plants. They can't take it up directly. It has to be broken down. And bacteria are key to that, as are fungus. There are fungus as well that perform exactly the same function. So when you have an environment that is able to house, able to accommodate the substantial amount of bacteria and fungus, then you have an environment that's capable of filtering, of actually breaking down the waste. Now, that's what separates out a sanded deep substrate and makes it a natural environment from, say, a box filter, even a sponge filter. Although a sponge filter does a lot in that respect because the inner core of the sponge filter is relatively anaerobic. Oxygen permeates it, but at a slower rate, and it builds up channels that are packed solid enough that the water is no longer flowing through them adequately. So it's the surface of that then is providing better filtration. I use sponge filters primarily to move water. Moving water is probably the single most important thing you can do in a tank that is either new or has a very heavy bio load, such as a lot of fish. It requires that water movement then to ensure that CO2 and O2 exchange is occurring at an adequate rate to be able to maintain the oxygen burning critters in the tank. Fanatical, something missing between each air hole. Well, I know about that. Roman is here. Hey, Roman.
Hello, Father Fish. Hello, all the fish family. I wanted to show you my little, used to be my resurrection tank, and those bettas that are in there, I can't know if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. Those bettas were born in this tank, and I took them outdoors, and they grew up outdoors, and now they're back in here. But I think they're getting too big for this tank. There's 8 of them in this 5.5 gallon. And I was thinking to take out 4 of them and distribute them amongst other aquariums.
They look very happy in there.
Oh, they are quite happy, and they're getting nice and plump. They're looking very, very healthy.
Well, yeah, I would say there's no stress involved. If you want to move them, that's fine. But I don't think they're crowded in there. If you had 20, there might be, but they're an air breather, so they're not being stressed by lack of O2. They would not be. They're certainly moving around happily. They look wonderful, and I love the tank. Now, Roman was one of the very first people to set up a resurrection tank. You want to talk about that a little? That's what this is.
Yeah, this was initially my resurrection tank when I had it in a refrigerator drawer, and over time the plastic of the refrigerator drawer became translucent. You couldn't see through it, and so I couldn't see what was going on in the tank. So I bought this 5.5 gallon, and I transferred all the muck over and all the plants and everything to this aquarium and brought it back indoors. And after a few days, once it had all settled down, then I put the fish back in it, and they've been thriving ever since. I do get a lot of green algae in here. You can see it all down at the bottom, and that's due to the sunlight coming in through the window. I've started blocking the sunlight by putting these foam panels in behind the window like this during the day, just to keep some of the sunlight out. In the winter time, the sun is low and the horizon comes directly into the aquarium. So
Nice.
I think that's all I have to say today, and thank you. Yeah, I was worried about Mary Page, her being sick for so many weeks already.
Yeah, she's she has COVID. Everybody has had it in her family, and she's got control of it. Her daughter is an MD and has been keeping her very well dosed off. They've been attacking it vigorously, so it's not getting deeper. I think they've got it under control.
All righty. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Love you, Roman. Thank you so much. Let's see. 2 things. Psychedelic is right. The silver dollar is in the piranha family. And ADHD wants to know what a resurrection jar is. So let me talk about this a bit. We started this last Easter. A resurrection jar is simply a container, a found container, preferably a jar, but it could be anything that you can see through and carry around, something smallish that has dumped into it mud and water and some plants from a wild environment. You take it over to a pond, a lake, a stream, whatever. Scoop up a handful of dirt, of mud, throw it in there, fill it with water. If you see a few little plants, you can put those in, bring it back, and put it on a windowsill. And what will happen over the next 30 days, and you have to do this for 30 days, is you will begin to see life exploding in this jar. All manner of life. It's going to teach you better than anything else you can do what life in an aquatic environment is really all about. And once you've done that, we commend you for it and recommend that you put the whole business in one of your aquariums. You can do it slowly or you can do it all at once. But by doing that, you're dramatically impacting the biodiversity of your aquarium. And biodiversity is the absolute key to maintaining a healthy tank with healthy fish. Without biodiversity, it is simply too easy for one pathogen or another to begin to dominate. With biodiversity, everything is kept in check. And those pathogens, as well as parasites that are threatening to your fish, are being naturally controlled by the biodiversity in the aquarium. So that's the principle, and that's the idea, and that's where this whole business of resurrection jars came from. It's been a remarkable exercise for lots and lots of people. ADHD, I recommend you do it. You'll love it. Fanatical's home has the COVID now. It does suck. Just jump on it hard and fast. Don't ignore it. Don't let it get past you. Treat it instantly and treat it strongly, vigorously. If you don't know what to do, there are dozens of resources online. I've got one or two on Discord, at least jumping off points under the Lou Foxwell channel. Don't let it get past you. Don't sit around waiting for it to get worse. Get on top of it. Jump on it hard and fast, and you'll be able to beat it back. Deep breathing exercises. Yep, you bet. I'll tell you what, I am shocked at how shallow my breathing is. I had a checkup recently, and the doctor checked my lungs. He said, well, they're clear, but I'd like you to be breathing more deeply. I'd like you to be expanded more. And over the years, my lungs and my rib cage, I guess, has tightened up to the point where it's hard to take really deep breaths. So I've been working on that, but boy, it's like pain trying to stretch my rib cage to be able to hold really deep breaths. So yeah, that's absolutely right. ADHD going to do a resurrection jar. You're going to love it. It's wonderful. Jen says, I never heard of it. You know, we're going to have to promote resurrection jars again. Maybe we'll do it for Christmas. Christmas and Easter, we'll do resurrection jars. Stress and pain both contribute to shallow breathing. That's interesting. Michael Kinsey. Not going to let it get me, Fanatic says. You go, man. You go. We should get a contest going. You know, we did that last spring. We'll do it again. Get people showing off their resurrection jars. I don't know when you want to start it. We should start it now, actually. We got a little group of people here. Why don't we do that? Let's start it now. Thanksgiving is coming up in a week or so. So we'll get this off the ground. Start your resurrection jar. Here's the deal. You want to find a container, preferably a small one. Do not go out and buy a container. The whole principle of this is to do it from scratch. Do it naturally. Find a container. You can find it outdoors. You can find it in a closet. Find something, a container. Can be a quart, can be a gallon, can be anything you like. Roman used a refrigerator tray. Other people have used jars. Just whatever you like, some kind of container. Go outdoors. Go to a local pond, a creek, a stream, a river, a lake, any kind of body of water. Reach down into it. You have to do it with your hand. Scoop out a handful of mud. Throw it in the jar. And then fill that jar with water from that, whatever it is, that pond. Look around. If you see some plants or maybe a little stone that's got something growing on it, anything special like that, put it in, take it out and put it in. Patricia, you do not need an air stone in the resurrection jar. And you don't want to do that, at least not at this stage, because you want to see what occurs completely naturally. So once you've done that, bring it back, set it on a windowsill where it will get some sunlight every day, and then watch it. Leave it there for at least 30 days. Don't do a thing with it. Just leave it. Rohan, my dad wants to sell off land, but I could grow fish there. How do I convince him not to? Start digging ponds, Rohan. Start putting your ponds in. Start getting fish in them. Just start using it. Do it. Don't dream about it. Don't think about it. Do it. Once he sees you are actually using that land and making it productive, he may have a change of heart. He's going to operate on his own agenda, though. So, I'm sure you know your dad well enough to know what you need to do to make it work. But that would be my advice. Get out there and start putting ponds in. Debbie Russell, most of us breathe shallowly in the West. The East focuses on breathing. Absolutely right. Roman said I did not add an air stone. Jen, silly question. Does it matter if you live where it's colder in the north? It's like 20 to 30s here. Nope, doesn't make a bit of difference. Not a bit. In fact, what you will discover is that all of those animals that have become dormant are going to come right back to life. So it'll be an even more remarkable experience to take something that's cold and still and ostensibly dead and bring it back to life. That's the whole idea of resurrection, bringing something back to life. All righty. Let's see. Backroom Aquarist, ADHD, wanting to go out to my local pond today and start as well for my dirted tanks. It's a great way to do a dirted tank. Better than doing dirt from the backyard is getting mud from a body of water and then cap it with sand. If you can find wild sand, that's fine. If you cannot, then buy sand. But it's absolutely critical to put sand on that. Now, you can do an inch of sand, a thin layer of humus, that is leaves. And you can scoop those leaves out of a body of water. Then cover those with another inch of sand and lay some more leaves on top of that. That will allow you to begin to grow some plants with shallow roots. Word Dunlap learned how to breathe from an Okinawan master. Cured my asthma. Debbie Russell, Rohan, prefer to keep land in the family. It's a precious resource you can't reproduce. And once you sell it, it's gone. Debbie, amen to that. Amen to that. My family has owned substantial amounts of enormously valuable land and bought it to sell it. They basically went into the real estate business. There was some justification for that. It was at a time when they needed to be able to support building their homes, so they each kept a piece of property to build their homes on. My grandfather did the best. He started with 50 acres and ended up with about 20. So he was very careful about selling land. He didn't sell a lot, he kept a lot. And he built on it, he developed it, built homes. This was on waterfront on the Chesapeake Bay. So he built summer cottages. Really good advice, Debbie. If you go before the water freezes, your jar will warm up in the house and all the life will come out of dormancy, says Roman. Bravo. Dube's World, convince him to sell it to you. There you go. Find a way to buy it. Rohan, find a way to buy it. Jen, thank you, Roman Chirac. Rohan, it's my grandparents' land now. The people live in flats. Oh my. Got to find a pond. Can river be used? Yes. Anything at all. Any body of water at all. Really doesn't make any difference. It's in South India, though. Oh my, not close. You're way up in North India. Oh my. Well, that's a different kind of issue, is it? Well, you're going to have to move there then. If you move there, then it'll change the picture, won't it? So you've got a decision to make. If you really want it, you're going to have to demonstrate that you're willing to do something with it, rather than just have the idea of it. Debbie, awesome, we're done. Okinawa is a blue zone for longevity. Many people living healthy to over 100. Amazing people. A fish pond. Yes, absolutely. A fish-free pond. Yes, absolutely. Resurrection jar from a fish-free pond. Perfect. In fact, it'll be probably better because it will not have been, what's the word I want to use? Grazed. Will not have been controlled by fish. So it'll tend to have a lot more culture in it. All right. Nano Aquarium Guy, good morning to you. Oh, fanatics, I have to dig out my best vase. All right. James Green, late but made it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, James. Nice to see you. Backroom Aquarist. I've set up 3 tanks with organic potting soil and capped with sand after watching your videos. Sold on this method. Will the resurrection jar stabilize them? Yeah, it will, because it'll bring a wealth of biodiversity into your system. And that's really key to making this system work effectively. That's why we're recommending leaf mulch, humus, to dress the substrate in order to be able to provide an environment where a wide range of microscopic life, microfauna, and microflora can flourish. Backroom, I breed Medaka and other rice fish in these tanks. Absolutely perfect. Small fish will thrive in tanks like this because they will be constantly grazing. In fact, if you do it right, you need never feed your fish because the system itself, this deep substrate with biodiversity, a lot of leaf mold, will become a what's the word? What's the term I'm using? It'll become a natural system that feeds itself and that feeds all of the food web. It'll develop a food web. Thank you, brain. Once in a while, it works for me. I used to mix dried mulch from my koi filters with pond soil, some clay sticks. Oh, that's magnificent. Absolutely perfect, Fanatical. If you crush up those clay sticks, it'll provide even more nutrition. Clay is a wonderful source of minerals, but it's very densely packed, which makes it difficult for roots to get into it. So if you liquidize it, if you put it in water and turn it into mud and then mix soils in with that, then you're going to be making all of those minerals accessible to plant root and to the processes that occur in a deep substrate that break down minerals to make them accessible to plant roots. ADHD, Backroom Aquarist. I hope so. My dirted tank is going sour. It's probably you're getting air bubbles. That's not going sour. If you have adequate sand, just leave it alone. Don't panic. Don't be worried about it. It'll be just fine. The bubbles are a perfectly natural process. Uh, it's going to go through whatever changes it goes through. It won't go in a bad direction. Leave it alone. The key is to leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Don't go down there in there and poke it. Don't do anything. Leave it absolutely alone. It is sacred ground. Don't touch it. Once it's set up, let it do its thing. I saw a rice fish with eggs on its anal fin for the very first time yesterday. I thought they were egg scatterers. Depends on the species. ADD, the eggs stick to them until they deposit them on plants, says Backroom. ADHD, I have a liquid for the garden called Ancient Humic Acid. It's for putting in the flower beds and grass. Do you think it's just tannins and stuff? Fish tank safe. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And tannins are highly nutritional. The benefit of tannins is they provide nutrition to all of the biomass that's in the system. You don't want to overdo it, however. So go slow and go easy. But yeah, humic acid is fine to add to the water column if you want a dark water tank, because that's what you're going to have. You're going to have a very different kind of environment. Tannins alone in reasonable amounts shouldn't hurt the fish, but pH test some solution because it can increase acidity. It will, in fact, lower pH. It absolutely does that. ADHD added more sand. Yes, that's critical. You have to have an adequate volume of sand. But you can then put leaf mulch, which is humus, on top of that. Where about in America are you from? Where's your shop, Father Fish? My shop is closed, Dubes. I closed it last spring. I'm in Venice, Florida, just south of Sarasota, which is south of Tampa. I'm on the west coast of the East Coast. Proud Indian, which light is optimal for plant growth? Red, blue grow light or white light? I prefer white light because it contains the full spectrum. It also is a cheaper light to buy. I have primarily 4-foot systems. I use 4-foot LED tubes that are 60-watt tubes that I pay under $10 a piece for. They're strips. like this, LED strips. And they work brilliantly. I've been using them for probably 5 years. Ooh, Gulf Coast, right. I'm on the Gulf Coast. We're at 10 o'clock, boys and girls. We need to move it along. Rocco is here. He's got a live stream coming up right now. So let's get out of the way. Let him take his turn at entertaining us. I love all of you being here. It's been great fun. What an extraordinary stream. But then they all are. Just wonderful streams. Really great day. Have a lovely day. I'll be back Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. See you all then. And here we are. Bye for now. Oops. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Bravo, Shamai. I would do routine water changes, a couple every few days. Bye, Michelle. Swirl. Bye, Pepper. Rohan. Proud Indian. Great to have you here. ADHD. Love you, girl. Financials. Bye, Emily. Bye, everybody. I got too old and too tired to do it. Bye, Debbie.